It's morning time, you know. It's HoSo Show. It's HoSo Show. It's your fistful of beans. It's HoSo Show. It's HoSo Show. Steve and Craig, are you ready? Missouri, are you ready? Your fistful of beans.
But it doesn't matter because it's just a ride. We can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money. A choice right now between fear and love.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hoosier Sophisticate, a morning show with Steve Elgin and Craig Kohler. How we doing this morning, buddy?
I am doing dandy, my Mandy. Listen up.
You want to say hi to him? You're so good at that. You want to say hi to him? You're so good at that.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Hippie Don, #1 in the chat. Use your lead. That's how you do. That's how we do.
Lines on the Twitch stream. Hippie Don hit me up yesterday. He said, "Hey, buddy, make me hip to the Patreon." I said, "Okay." I sent him a link. I said, "Come on, check it out. It's where the cool kids are hanging." You asked me if I had seen your latest offering. I will check it out as soon as our stream is over. I came home from a late night bowling affair last night.
Yeah, how was it?
The Rhythm Makers made some noise last night. All right. So we are, we're a middling team. There's some real stud teams out there. And we were playing the #2 guys. These guys are averaging, about 1,100 pins a game. I mean, there's some real bangers, man. They're smacking pins around.
Jesus Christ, they're only leaving 100 pins out there between the four of them.
There's 5 on a team, so they're
Jesus
Christ.
But
still, I mean, you're talking about everybody on the team is
but that's like a 30-year mortgage versus a 50-year mortgage we're talking here, dude. That's 4 versus 5. God damn, I'm like, these guys are absolute killers.
They're fucking killers, though. And
the greatest bowling team.
Rhythm Makers took 4 out of 7. We bowled our nutbacks off last night.
Ooh, they didn't know what was coming from the old Rhythm Makers.
What was going, what to do. They're like, why these guys got so much rhythm? Why they got so much rhythm up in here?
It almost appears as if they're creating it. Are they creating the rhythm?
Out of nowhere.
5 fat white guy bowling guys are the Rhythm Makers. That may be my favorite thing.
Only 2 of us are fat. But we do have like a one-armed guy. I mean, we're banged up. We are definitely, we're a ragtag bunch, Isle of Misfit Toys bowling studs.
That's so awesome, dude. The Rhythm Makers. Usually they got some dumb names. That's pretty good.
Yeah, usually they got some dumb names, but
that one's good. Guys, I'm so glad you're joining us, and we're going to try maybe a new little format this morning. Craig's standing up because we've been robbed, and his microphone stand got robbed, so he has to do that, basically. You should hang it from your ceiling. Oh, is that my bed? Is that my bed over there to your right?
Yes, it is. Still got your stink on the pillow.
Ooh. Yeah, get some, dude. I freaking
smell like your balls, dude.
I farted into it a bunch.
No, I know what they smell like, man.
Jennifer Barra says, the rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you. Tonight, I forgot all about that song, dude. Who is that? Gloria Estefan?
It's an absolute bomb, dude. Gloria brought the heat.
She did. The Miami Sound Machine. We talked about it before. My mom had like a friend or a cousin who looked exactly like Gloria Estefan. And at all the family weddings, I was like, you, me, over here, salsa. So I was trying to bang someone in my family pretty much when I was like 7 or 8. You know how you do that? You know how you do?
Very first time I ever went to Wilderness, not the first time. This was, because I was like, I went from like, when I first started playing football, I was like 7th grade. So a few years in, probably my 5th time going there. And when I would go there, I was just like Huck Finn, buddy. I was just cruising
Yeah, buddy.
On my shoulder, just just doing me, And there was this one gal, because it was like a group of like kind of their little bar family, And she said something, and like this is like when I was a little boy, I'd be digging up night crawlers and stuff, and
dig them night crawlers. Digging up them night crawlers.
Freaked out if I like brought the worms around her. So I remember one time this is like when I was a little guy, right? Well, then I was like 12, and I got kind of V'd out. She had the old boy, kind of thing.
When I was 12, I was V'd out.
yeah. After being this little chubby little marshmallow, and I remember her saying something to my dad in passing. I'm just in the fishing hole. My dad's sitting down on the bank having a, jack and water or something. And she's like, man, he's really turning into a man, isn't he?
Oh my God. Dude.
I started yelling at the fish. I go, I don't fucking care about any of you. I don't care about a single one of you. I got work to do. I was like stomping out of I was trying to plan how I was going to bang this chick.
Yo, absolutely, dude.
Absolutely. We're going to the cabin. We're going to figure it out.
You're like, did you hear that, Mr. Worm? We're both going to get our worms wet today, little buddy. We're both going to.
We're getting it in tonight, Mr. Worm.
Oh, Mr. Worm's wiggling.
Mr. Worm's like, I can't move. It doesn't wiggle at all. I'm so full of everything. I'm going to explode. That's what my Mr. Worm was saying.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Your worm started to give you advice like real sex 6.
That was the beginning of just hot women. Me just having this delusion that like I just had a chance with hot women. It started right then and there. I was like,
yeah, why did we think that?
She thinks I'm a man. These rest of these hoes is in trouble.
The best one just thinks I'm a man. So what do you got to think about that?
Everywhere is be like, look, if you're not that, then what are you doing for me? You know what I mean? If you're not that. So.
All right. We got 6 topics to get to. You got to drive, old boy, this morning? No? Okay, cool.
I think so.
Okay. Craig, we got big news. I'm going to give everybody the topics real quick, and then we're going to start at number 1. We got the Ken Burns Revolutionary documentary that's coming out, I believe, the 18th or maybe the 16th. I'll get some. The next is the show The Chair Company, and I want to talk about top comedies of all time because I think this one is in the mix, buddy. This one's in the mix. The Chair Company, HBO. Hilarious. Can't wait to break that down with you. We just had the government shutdown. We got the 50-year mortgage announcement. I did some research on the IRS just because, Revolutionary War stuff. And I was looking at the Constitution. And in 1913, our tax booklet, was 1 page. And they're kind of like, we got to take a little bit of your cash. Like just a little, and everyone's freaking. They're like, fine, you could have a little bit, but it was just on the rich people. And now our tax, just the regular tax form, is 300 pages. So we've just gotten asinine with that. Then I have a funny news story, and then we're going to end this baby with a little Craig trivia. Okay? All right, so first thing we got here is the Ken Burns Revolutionary War documentary, and I am fired up, my friend. I'm fired up as I can get. Oh my God! Of course, what the fuck, Grok? Grok?
Come on, Grok.
What the fuck, Grok? Grok just
in the New England and upper northeast area or along the east coast of all. Have you spent very much time there?
No, but that's a dream of mine, dude.
You could pack so much in. All of that area is just so condensed. That you could probably jump from site to site. You figure these guys were getting by on horses and foot and, canoes. You could cover in an automobile, dude. You can cover most of the Revo sites in no time.
Oh, I'm going for it because now I did have. It's so funny. When I first woke up this morning, I put all of our news stories into Grok, and that's one of the things I absolutely fucking despise about AI. You can be ripping through stuff, have tons of ideas, and this thing will be like, it's gone. You don't have it anymore. It's just disappeared into the abyss. What is that? AI is dog shit. It is dog shit right now. Yep. For the way we were just cruising, dog. And now AI is like, nah, I think they gave us a little taste. And then they're like, no, we ain't giving them all that stuff. We're not giving them everything they need to do that. Because, my conversation is just effing gone. But I still have our 2 from last night. So we're good. We're good. Go ahead and tell them about our sponsors while I get this back
our
up.
Sponsors, North Dispensers had a heck of a. We talked about it a lot yesterday. Had a heck of a fun time out at TJ's and Peevely. They just love our community, and they're a part of our community. And when I saw that little final picture, and I wish there was a way that we got every single person that came through the whole night to get in those pictures. We were missing a couple of people that were very near and dear to us, but just looking at that picture, I'm like, man, that's us, isn't it? That's ain't it just us, dude? Just they're smiling and loving each other. North Dispensaries really makes this community hum. Okay, they make it hum. They're like the United. They're the United States and we're Israel. They're just funding all of our fun. You know what I mean? They're funding all of our best content. Really making sure that it gets out there. People in North are awesome. Check out North.
Thank you, North.
You can order ahead of time online. You can just swing by the drive-thru in Peevely. It's 24/7. You can go there 24/7. You wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, man, I really like to get a little stony bologna right now. You can do that. You can drive through the Peevely drive-thru, pick you up a little cannabis. Our friends at North Life are awesome.
They Craig, you had some thoughts about Mocan trade the other day, and that's kind of how I've basically felt about the entire industry. But the North guys are a little light in the darkness when it comes to just the nastiness of the bullshit capitalist.
Giving us an idea of what's going on. Always shot us straight to the whys, the hows, things are working. And that a lot of times that goes a long way with me. I'm just trying to help me understand some things.
Even if me understand.
Even if I don't agree with them, help me understand them a little bit. Yep. And buddy Morgan over there, he does it, dude. Neil, all those guys, they're great. They've just been a real staple for the community, and we love the people at North.
Yep, we love dealing with them. Now the people at TJ's need a real good talking to.
Oh, I got a little intel.
Oh, do you? Let's proceed.
I got a little intel. Apparently, a man with blonde, curly hair.
That was me.
Was seen with a guitar in his hand.
That was me.
No, this person knows who you are. Nope.
Oh.
Nope. They said that they saw. They said that looks a little suspicious. Like they didn't know. If maybe you got a roadie working for you. We got roadies, dude. We got people like
really. So I tried to get some tape footage yesterday. That went nowhere. I texted the play. I'm gonna have to call him. I'm gonna have to call him today. Because I will figure the
cameras up in this thing, man. Come on, dude.
They got something. Dude. I know some locals, too, that were there that put me on a line. They knew some of the people in there. Someone knows something, Craig.
Someone knows something.
Something knows someone. And people are saying, you don't have $10,000 to give to the person who brings in the bike.
Pee-wee's at. You didn't say anything about
exactly. But Pee-wee had it figured out. It's simple. As soon as the person turns in the bike, we arrest them. I don't have to give them any money because they're obviously the person who stole the damn bike. Francis.
Bingo. Bongo.
Ken Burns' Revolutionary War documentary. Ken Burns, along with Sarah Botstein and David Schmidt, are directing a new 6-part, 12-hour documentary series called The American Revolution. The series will air on PBS starting November 16th. It covers the founding struggle of America's Revolutionary War era, focusing not just on the usual big names, which I frickin' love, but also on voices often overlooked in traditional narratives.
You're going to get a lot of Ethan Allen play there.
Oh, they're going to give you... See, Ethan Allen, I feel like, does get a fair amount of play, and I went down a wormhole on old Ethan Allen and the Green Mountain Boys. Because, buddy, if this time period isn't perfect, I want to write a movie where it's basically Kelly Chase, Brett Hall, and Tony Twist. Those are the type of characters. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are the type of characters that are just living in that era. And they, although they are Canadian, I think all three of them were born in Canada. Now that I think about it, they're under the King's Reich. Gross. But just that attitude of we're going to do whatever we have to do to make this happen. I haven't been this fired up for a huge, long documentary, maybe ever. I love the Ken Burns Civil War documentary, but Jesus, if there's not something I have fallen asleep to more than the Civil War documentary. And the Civil War, I'm not as, maybe I'll go through a Civil War phase, but this Revolutionary War phase, just figuring out what it means to be an American and what this all started as, and learning about the Constitution, all the amendments to the Constitution, all the stuff we've had to do over the years, and how at the beginning this all kind of made sense. And we have it so convoluted now that nothing appears to make sense when these people at the beginning were shaping this world for us to excel in. And now... Oh, buddy. I'm one of those guys who's like, our founding fathers are rolling over in their graves right now.
Well,
I'm one of those guys.
When you think about it and you look at Congress, DC in general, you have like it's predominantly attorneys that make up our representation.
Yes.
And
yes.
There's obviously something breaks down there, right? Like it's another reason why I like a guy like Thomas Massey or a guy like Rand Paul. Like you got a doctor and you have an engineer, right? Like It's probably a good idea that the people that represent you speak your language, because I feel like what you have is like a century now, and there's always been lawyers and attorneys that have kind of structured things, right? But like what I really feel has happened over the course of the last century is they've built a world based on a language that none of us speak. We don't understand what isn't legal, what's okay, what isn't okay. It's like talk about how judges shouldn't legislate from the bench. Well, yes, and also the people that represent us should probably speak our language. They should probably be representing us in a way where the words match up. But yeah, not to get too far down a sidebar, but people that are making things in this world should be our representation, not just people who are figuring out ways to write and game the system so that it helps out, whatever their smallest.
No, you're absolutely right. I think that's the problem. The main problem has been us just getting a little bit further and further away from it. Every little, like, it was the frog in the boiling pot. We have been boiled for years and years. Yes, to where we're like, no, that's normal. That's normal. If you plop someone who had a brain in their head from the late 1700s, they would honestly be like, dude, you guys missed the plot on this stuff. You basically brought Great Britain here. We are not represented. We are taxed without representation. And now we're taxed to the max, dude, which will actually kind of lead me into this next subject of I was going through that 50-year mortgage, because when I first heard it, I was kind of like, oh, this could be interesting. This is kind of maybe lower payments a little bit. So I just did the math on a $300,000 house, 6% interest rate, and did the 30-year loan versus the 50-year loan. By the end of the 50-year loan, you're paying about over $900,000. At the end of a 30-year loan, you're paying a little over $600,000, but your monthly payment is something like $1,500 to $1,300. There's about a $200 to $250 difference between a 30-year loan and a 50-year loan. Kindly go fuck yourself right in your little tiny hiney hole.
It's a crazy, I mean, He's lost his fucking mind.
He's a fucking nut, dude. He's a
the
nut.
Mad King. However, I do have a little bit of a different take on this because
Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
my judgment of a 50-year mortgage is one that I'm just like, okay, that would be dumb. I just, in the same way that nobody should be fucking financing cars for 10 or 15 years. And this is all like a way for them to justify outrageous prices that the average American who was told that they could live in the middle class and be affluent in the middle class. Well, the most entry level vehicles, are 20,000 plus. There's no such thing as like even just a clunker, like a $1,000 beater anymore. You can buy your 16-year-old kid, and
50 grand is the car average price, new car average price.
It's absolutely insane. I've been looking, everything's going to tank in the next year. So I'm just sitting on the sidelines. I'm going to wait. But I look at that and I'm like, okay, I don't think that there is actually a problem with there being more options, right? Like, because here's the thing. And also with the price that is just these prices that are completely out of control, it drives the cost of everything up, including like insurance. Yep. Remember when you could buy full coverage insurance, and if you wrecked your fucking car, your full coverage insurance you didn't have to have gap insurance. Like they just keep making shit up, and it is absolutely ridiculous. So as these prices go up, things like insurance has to go up because they're insuring a more expensive piece of equipment. Literally, the cost of everything goes up. Now, when I think about that and what it takes to buy a house, buddy, you get it. They want 20% down on a house. Well, real estate prices are fucking skyrocketing because we let BlackRock and Vanguard and State Street fucking use private homes, single family homes as fucking as a tradable commodity. Yep. I believe in free market solutions. However, make it to where it's easier to buy homes for the average person. So my thought on the 50-year mortgages is it's not a good product. I don't want to buy that product. However, it should, lower down payments. So it should make home ownership more accessible, because to me, that seems like it's the biggest barrier. If you got a $400,000 house, right, you got to have fucking 80 grand to put down just to even start living in it. So hopefully my thought is there. And I just think that if the market wasn't fixed by fucking just squirrely pieces of garbage like Barney Frank, then, we wouldn't have to play all of these dumb games, like just make it an easier market for people to participate in. But the reality is a 50-year mortgage, or that product in general, should make the act of getting in the home more easier, right? Okay, then so it's up to all of us as consumers to just become better buyers. Better buyers with everything, more informed buyers with everything. If you were to pay a 50-year product for a 50-year product, you don't pay the minimums. Just like if you're going to use a credit card, pay the motherfucker. Like, you still have to be disciplined with it. Like, the money still represents something. If you did a 50-year mortgage, hopefully you're doubling and tripling up your payment. But if it does allow more people to just get their foot in the door, maybe it lowers down. I don't know. I don't know exactly what this product looks like because I'm not interested in it. I'm not trying to. I'll take out a 50-year mortgage when I'm 80.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the older people were saying on there.
I'll take a 50-year mortgage when I'm 80. I don't, on something ignorant that I don't need. I'll do some shit like that, and that's what's going to happen. That's what's happening right now with so many. Again, going back to the automobile thing, because I'm just stuck on it. Like, there's people that are offering 10 to 15-year loans on cars. That is bananas. That is just the craziest thing of all time.
Yep, and all the new Toyotas, 2025.
Yeah, we're talking shitty loans, level up, baby. Yep. We're talking shitty loans, baby.
2025, if you buy a Toyota, now your car comes with everything, heated seats, all Apple CarPlay, but you have to pay a subscription. We are entering the world of you will never own anything and you will be happy. Cool, just take out 50-year loans over and over and over and never own a house, ever. Just keep your payment.
I'm going to be
$200.
Demolition man. I've said this a million times over. I'm going to
be living in sewers.
In the sewers, eating rat. Driving an AMC
muscles. Yes, dude. Yes. So I don't even know why we're talking about this. We're sewer people.
What are we even talking
We're
about?
sewer people. What are we doing? Yeah, we're just for our listeners who like to live above ground. We're just giving them a little bit of information.
Like I fully encourage there being more products brought to market that can potentially make accessibility, make things more accessible to people. I don't actually. I think that is a net positive. But I think that a majority of the population, when I see what they vote for and what they want, are ignorant. I mean, they're just ignorant when it comes to money. They're ignorant when it comes to paying things off. This turns into them demonizing, whatever banks or what. Like, it's almost like, it's like the government's chance, or it's like the government's take on guaranteeing home ownership. And we see what that has done to literally every other market, whether that's healthcare, whether that's higher education, all of these things that like the government is going to now those two things are a little bit different because they're going to guarantee the payment of the loan. So things like universities and insurance companies and all that, they just bill excessively because basically it's written up. Well, the government said they're going to cover it, so that's why tuitions go up every year and, blah, blah, blah. There's a financial literacy angle that needs to take place, but also you could take a 50-year mortgage and still pay it off in the same amount of time. You have to be disciplined about it. And I look around. I don't see it. I just don't see it. So,
well, it'd be nice to
good. No, I don't think it's going to be good, but primarily because we've lost the thread on what it is to be, financially mature and responsible for yourself. And so, that will just down the road lead to, whatever the big bad banks, they locked me into this. I don't believe in the term predatory loans. I believe that people that run those loans, probably are a little scuzzy, but I don't believe in that term.
We have to be smarter.
Everybody goes in, they read a contract, they sign a contract. This goes to that whole thing where it's like all of our fluency is sorely lacking when it comes to legal speak, which is its own language. But we are entering, nobody's holding a gun to anybody's head and saying, buy this shitty product, now, I mean, is it predatory? I don't know. I suppose there's people who are like, oh, we can really get them, and then we can go in. I knew a guy who did high risk loans on cars, and we won't stay on this too long, so we can keep rolling through. But he did high interest loans for limousines. The only paper that he would take were people that were just credit cripples, like absolute. They had bankruptcies, 500 credit scores, things like that, and they paid out the nose. And they had a tracker on their car, and if they missed a fucking payment on their tracker, it was on a hook the next day, going back to his place. Almost, and I was like, it feels kind of gross. And he's like, why does it feel gross? He goes, there isn't a bank in the world that will loan these people anything. He goes, I'm providing a service. They have proven what their record is. I have to make it to where I protect myself. But in that case, these were commercial loans. These were people that were running a business, right? They were buying limousines to essentially run in a car service. And some of them did climb out of it. It did give them a vehicle to make money with. So I can certainly see that angle. But he did charge like 25% interest on the car. And if you were late, there were two giant 6'9" Cajun dudes who had it on a hook ready to smash your head in.
Bon temps roulé.
So listen, all of these things, like we still do. Nobody's holding a gun to anybody's head. People are still making these choices, and you're not absolved of making bad financial decisions. So
I hear that. I hear that.
I just kind of go two different directions. Do I think it's predatory? Maybe in the sense that there's a lot of ignorance surrounding, sound financial strategy.
Absolutely.
But at the end, like don't get a 50-year mortgage. Also, if you were never, ever, ever going to be able to own anything at the status quo right now, but a 50-year mortgage made it to where you got your foot in the ownership door, and then you could start to figure things out, pay towards that, and actually start to own something.
Sure.
That I can find a silver lining in it.
Sure. The one thing I thought is, okay, if they say today, December 1st, at 50-year loans coming out, a lot more people going to be in the home market. I don't know if we necessarily have enough homes that the demand wouldn't raise home prices just enough to not even make the 50-year loan worth it. Because if you're going to buy a $300,000 house and now there's, instead of 2 people looking at this house, there's 10 people looking at this house. I wonder if we're going to run into a same type of situation where,
Probably.
well, now I have to bid $350 for this stupid fucking house, and now I got a 50-year loan. So it's like, shit, the banks are going to win. And it's like, I went down the Rockefeller.
No question about that.
Yep.
That's undeniable. The only people that are really winning in this are the banks.
Yep. And the Rockefeller Foundation and how they started the schools and how everything started with that is just a wormhole to go down. And they're trying to keep us dumb. They're actively trying to be like, dude, you guys know about, like, you need to focus on metamorphosis. Okay, caterpillar to butterfly. Okay, kids in school. And then we're going to need you to focus on quicksand. Probably a lot of quicksand in life. Got to be careful. There might be some quicksand. All right, now we're going to go through the stop, drop, and roll thing. Now we're going to learn a lot about stop, drop, and roll. Next item is piranhas. It's like, what the fuck were they teaching us in this thing? Like, everything I think I can't teach my kids, and then I teach them, and they learn it. I'm like, man, we are underestimating the youth of this country, dude. We got to start rising them up. Got to start teaching them all this stuff. I've been trying to teach my boys the little bullshit, because I think a lot of people, and I know I'm kind of in this boat, you know, they'll leave their guitar against their car for 10 minutes and expect it to not get stolen. I think there's a lot of people who get loans and do stuff like that who are saying, I trust this person. There's no way I would be in a situation that's not good. But then you start looking at the equations that figure out your monthly payment and your principal. And on this 50-year loan, we actually had someone in the chat say they're just front loading the interest. You won't start kicking down the principal until 40 years in. Julina says the value of my home increased by 80G in the last few years. Insurance doubled this year. Jay Bear talking about her RAV4. She said, I didn't renew her subscription program on the RAV4, the free trial ended, and now she doesn't have her SOS. Level Up AV says those loans are predatory, and he says, I know a cannabis group who's barred from lending in every state, so they issue loans from Indian reservations. Love it. Julian also says, my parents are in their late 60s. They would love to have an affordable mortgage. 50-year would work for them because fuck that house when they are gone. Debt traps are printing money. I think Missouri is one of the states, though, that if your parents run up a bunch of debt, I think they can pass it down to the kids. There are some states where that is legal and some states where that is not legal, where the kids are on the hook for the fucking parents' debts.
I don't know on that. I mean, I think a state has to. It depends on how it's held, I suppose. I think if it's privately held, I think that debt washes out.
Okay. And then I did just a little bit of research on the government's shutdown. What do you think got accomplished in the government's shutdown? What do you think was different 41 days ago in those series of bills and articles? Nothing.
I don't think anything. I mean,
nothing.
Not
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing was
But
vastly different. They didn't agree on anything. They agreed to fight later. They agreed that whole fucking shutdown was for them to go, we're going to fight about that later. We're going to fight about the healthcare thing later.
This has been going on for over a decade with these fucking
it's so dumb, dude.
That are holding everything. Listen, it's real easy. It's very simple. Get consistent. The federal government hates you. It doesn't work for you. It's never worked for you. It exists as an arm to rob you. The federal government is violence with pretty little lipstick on. The federal government is not your friend. And if you haven't figured it out yet, you got to get on board. They're not here to help you. This is why Alexander Hamilton was a bag of dog shit. Okay. The feds are garbage. They're garbage humans. They're elitists that live very far away. Now, with that being said, to target things like SNAP is insane. It's insane when you're still paying Congress people. And I'm like, this thing kind of like gets under my craw a little bit. We won't go too deep into the political spectrum, but like, I cannot take when people are like, well, if you can pay those people, then teachers can get whatever. Well, there's 50 million fucking teachers and there's 500 people. Do the goddamn, like, just leave that argument in the dust. It sucks. It's a shitty argument. Well, if those people can make it, then certainly we can afford to pay these people more. No, we can't, because A, it's a simple degree to get. And B, there's going to be a whole new crop of those people coming in willing to work for less. And it's just anyway. I'm getting off on a tangent. Point is that I outside of the SNAP thing, truly outside of just like the SNAP benefits, because I'm not here for it, even though I'm like, well, what do you do? All of these programs are broken, have been broken since FDR came up with them fucking 90 years ago, 100 years ago. Okay. They're fucking darling FDR, who extended the fucking depression by about a decade. The federal government is not here to help you. And I was seeing the community right out the gate. How many people were like, if I do not go hungry, please reach out to me if you need food in your fridge. Like you could see, and I think they could see that it was all falling apart. Yeah, go and keep it shut down. Let people see that they're surviving without you. Go ahead and do that.
Absolutely, dude. We don't need them.
Show everybody what little you're doing for them. And that you can be out of work for 40 days. And for the most part, I'm not saying this didn't affect anybody, because there were people that obviously rely on programs that it did affect. It's a very small number of people. Also,
good.
I was just like the feds hate you. The feds hate you. And what's crazy is, it's really, you can't play two sides of this coin. You can't be like, oh, the king is keeping the government shut down, blah, 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 blah. And then whenever, 8 people cross the aisle, all of a sudden they didn't hold out long enough for whatever it is. Obamacare should have never been passed. I said it. There you go. It's a terrible product that made health insurance more expensive for everybody that exists. And if you deny that, you're wrong. I mean, well, that's not everybody. The people that maybe didn't have insurance probably have a product now. They can't afford it. They got a $7,000 deductible before they get anything done. So it's like, that's what always cracks me up. It's like, oh, we have so many. You out of here? Have a great day. We have so many freaking people that like their health care. You get to keep it, blah, blah, blah. No, we don't. None of us got to keep it. Our premiums are all fucking $200 a head. And then for God's sake, if your kid snaps an arm in half, you got a $2,500 deductible before you've even gotten to insurance starts to kick in. And not to mention, because of how fucked up it is, the hospital's billing you and they only bill you so much. And then the radiologist is billing you and they only bill you so much. And fucking X-ray, the ambulance is billing you and they only bill you so much. And it's
Let's
fucking
go.
Everybody has figured out how to fist fuck the system where we are just getting fucking turned inside out.
We are, dude. I can't take it anymore.
Should be fucking shut down. Like I've been consistent in this for fucking 25 years.
Yes.
And that's once you find a train of thought, that really kind of works for you, but then nobody is ever willing to try it, then everything looks the same. Right? If that's Obama letting Syria fucking tumble, or fucking nuking fucking the legs off Yemeni brides, like whether it's him or it's fucking Trump just shooting boats out of the fucking, I hate all of you.
Yes,
I hate all of you. I don't have to like any of you. I'm not a bad person because I didn't fucking select this drunken fucking idiot AG out of California that kept people in prison to fucking advance her political career. And I'm not a fucking idiot because I don't want to vote for this fucking elite cocksucker who fucking has been building and blighting properties his whole life, fucking just gaming the system, comes from a very fucking rich. I don't like any of you motherfuckers, and I don't
fuck them all.
This is the only thing I want back. This is what Gen X had right. This is what we had right in the 90s. I always felt like there were a bunch of people that was like, none of these motherfuckers are my friends. Nope. None of these people are for me. And I miss the days when I could just have a strong opinion and be an asshole about it. And people are like, yeah, other than that though, he's a pretty good guy. I miss those days.
Yep. That's the best days.
Like, that fucking guy, I got to care about that fucking guy. Fuck that guy. I don't like throw him in a pit of fucking murder hornets and let them dig them to death. I don't care. I don't have to care about any of these people. And I just wish we could go back to not having to care about those people, because I've got plenty of people I want to care about. They look like my neighbors. They look like friends on the street. They look like extended family members. They look like
people
I
at
like
comedy shows. Yes, dude.
I'd like to be everybody's friend that I fucking can. So if you don't mind, I want to spend all of my RAM, right? All of my processing memory. I want to spend it fucking loving people that are trying to do good. And like, I'm not going to sit here and argue over whose farts smell better. I don't want to do it. I'm not a fart smeller.
Nope,
okay? You want to be a fart smeller? You want to smell farts? You smell farts, but you can't make me smell farts.
Well, you did it earlier in the show when you smelled that pillow, so you're kind of going against what you already did 30 minutes ago.
I made the choice.
That's true.
You're making the choice. Hold my face in. I made the choice to smell that fart.
Do you think the Continental Congress, do you think they all thought the same thing? Do you think the Sons of Liberty all thought the exact same thing? No. They came there with their ideas. They debated them. They figured out the best path forward. They didn't go, oh, well,
they compromised. They compromised.
Yes, dude. And now we are stuck in such a shit show where people are glorifying politicians. Fuck
I just don't
you.
I don't like
fuck
them.
them. I don't like any of them except Massey and Ron
only
Paul.
Two guys that I like, Massey and Paul. Like I've watched both sides shit on them, and that's when that's when I realized you're all. And honestly, let's put this in there too.
Okay.
Also, Bernie Sanders. I don't agree with Bernie Sanders. I don't agree with him. I wish that he didn't fucking caucus with the Democrats. However, he is an independent in that he breaks with the party every now and then. It's a real nice fucking change of pace. And you know, shouts out to our boy Fetterman or whatever, because he said a few things over the last over the last week. He's like, this is just embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Like, let's get things running again here. People are going hungry. Let's figure this shit out. You know?
Fucking Simple Jack is killing it in there, dude.
But when it comes to, whenever I saw this in 2016, the first time Trump primaried, and I was all aboard the Rand train. Like, it's not going to get better. We're not going to get better. Actually, as a matter of fact, it used to make me a little nervous. I'm like, man, it'll be tough losing such a good senator. Like, do we have a fucking training camp that are following Rand Paul and Thomas Massey for the next one in line?
For real.
This is the best thing that Trump has done, or like the way that the mentality has shifted for everybody is that he's putting people like Massey and Paul in the spotlight that they could never get because the goddamn media machine would never fucking give them. So now it's like when he goes after Massey, Massey's got a retort. He's like, I don't know. Why don't you try doing this, and this? Like, this fucking Argentinian beef thing is crazy. Massey's like, hey, I don't know. Why don't you let people go directly to the meat processors? Why don't we cut out all of the fucking middlemen getting fat in the middle?
Yep.
No, we're going to fuck. Instead, we're
That's so dumb.
They're dumb motherfuckers.
That's so dumb.
Anytime a solution is presented by a politician that does not include the government fucking fixing it, they're made out to be some fucking. It's just incredible to me. So with that being said, and also I understand I have blinders on. Those two guys are so much better. I'm trying not to idolize or lionize politicians of any sort. And I don't even and here's what's great about those guys. I don't think they want that. They don't want that. That's not something that they want. I think in a perfect world, Congress meets once a month. Other than that, you're not drawing a fucking paycheck outside of whatever you're making in this world. Sorry. Like, maybe it's a little supplemental income to be a fucking representative. You're not making fucking $500,000 a year. You're not getting a security detail. You're not getting you ain't shit. You ain't shit.
Craig,
let's
next topic. Autonomous F1 style race cars. There's a rising field of autonomous racing. The A2RL Abu Dhabi Autonomous Racing League is staging races at the Yas Marina circuit F1 track with driverless cars. Can AI-driven race cars beat F1 drivers? Industry watchers are still cautious. A team from the California Institute of Technology, Caltech, entered an autonomous Indy-style race car into a challenge, showing strong performance using machine learning and sensor arrays. what this is going to do, it's kind of like how the porn industry moves, technology just faster and faster and faster. I do believe these autonomous racing, because I went into how much information, because I don't know if you know much about F1, but my God, the amount of tech that goes into those cars compared to the Indy cars, even though they look very similar, is vastly different. And I think one of the few things that's limiting these guys going 220 miles an hour around curves is, the G-forces on the human body. So our planes are going autonomous. Our cars are going autonomous. This league and leagues like it will advance us so much quicker into the world of self-driving cars, because the amount of data these cars are learning will teach all of the other cars in the world, like, oh, we got to get better on this and this and this. And it's gaining tons of popularity. And how do you feel about, we're losing the human element to some of these sports? You good with that, or you think, nah?
I think that F1's an interesting one because it really is one in the pits. I mean, a great driver is a great driver, but all those guys are pretty elite drivers. It's really one with the engineers putting these cars together, making adjustments in the pits.
Who's got the best car?
Right.
Who's got? Because they change up the rules so that you have to change your car every so often, and then a new team will figure out that new tech.
Taps in and figures that out quicker is, obviously going to be great. So F1's a little bit of a different animal. I don't know that I'm ever going to. I'm more apt to tune into like a BattleBots situation,
sure,
where people are competing with robots in some kind of combat style.
Love that.
Than I am, the car situation. I think that taking that element out, there's something that's still to be said for, what some driver. Think about NASCAR a couple of years ago. I think it was Daytona, last lap. Dude does a total video game move. They since banned it, but he just pins it, puts it in the wall, just like super fast car, pins it and fucking passes everybody to qualify for the playoff.
It's the best. It's really the best.
I feel like taking those little variables out of the human element, the game, whatever game it is you're watching, does suffer for it. It's the same thing that I said about, like, I don't want anything too perfect. I remember, I don't want to get off on too far of a sidebar, but Savage, the producer, he was talking about when they're producing this music, there's actually a setting like in the DAW, in whatever they're using, Ableton or whatever, where when they quantize or when they do these different beats and it's like it's all syncopated and everything. Yeah. There's a setting that every now and then on random notes will take it just a little bit out of time to give it a human element. Because when things start to sound too perfect, it gets weird and people kind of turn off to it. It takes the human element
Uncanny Valley.
That was very interesting. And I think that applies to sports. I think that applies to anything. I think that a lot of people are running in a full-blown sprint towards their own obsolescence. Like I feel like humans, the human element is what makes a lot of these things entertaining, because it makes us all relate to them or try to relate to them. My God, what would it be like to move my body like that? Or, what?
Sure.
Like that to me is part of what makes these things so interesting. Buddy, it's 7:55. I don't know if you got an Ivy board today or what, but just keeping you on the clock here.
Thank you. I did also look up some states have a thing about our last topic. Some states you're on the hook for you're not usually on the hook for your parents' debts, but there are filial responsibility laws, and in like Pennsylvania, South Dakota, Virginia, North Carolina, and about 24 other states, they're rarely enforced, but you can be on the hook for your parents' unpaid medical or nursing home bills. Isn't that fucked up, dude? Because the whole nursing home industry.
You want a bunch of old people thrown in the creek? Because that's
what's going to happen.
Creek.
That's how we get creek people. That's how that happens. All right, I got I did real quick, funny, not funny, I guess, but there was a 44-year-old nurse in. Oh, never mind. This was a different one. Oh, here we go. In Germany, a nurse was convicted for murdering elderly patients. They asked him what his motive was, and he said, "I was trying to make my workload in the evenings a bit less. So he was taking these old people and he was just dousing them with painkillers until they died, some of them. And then I guess he just started scrolling on TikTok or something. Like, buddy, what's wrong with you? Like, you can be a shitty worker at McDonald's. Like, you can not put ketchup on a burger and be like,
Angela.
he's like, man, I got 3 or 4 patients I got to work on tonight. You know what would be easier? No patients to work on tonight. Like, Jesus, dude, what's wrong with you? So I thought that was kind of a wild story out of Germany.
That's a tough, crazy one there.
All right, Craig, I've been watching this show called The Chair Company. It's by Tim Robinson, the guy I Think You Should Leave. The guy who has the suit on in the mall, and he's like, I got too much fucking shit on me.
Yeah, dude, he's so funny. I was kind of late to the game. I didn't get it at first. It kind of made me uncomfortable, his comedy, but now he really gets my goat, man. That makes me up.
And this show, the first 2 episodes, you're kind of uneasy. It's shot like uncut gems. You remember the Adam Sandler movie where he's like, what is he, a gambler or he owes money or something like that?
Well, he's a jeweler, but he's got bad sports gambler. He's a bad gambler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
Which,
it has.
if you watch the Diamond District, all those guys like action.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a documentary, dog.
Absolutely. So it has that feel with the music. So like the music and the lighting are so tense and kind of anxiety ridden, but Tim Robinson is so absolutely ridiculous that it has these elements of just, dude, the side characters in this show are fantastic. He's got this weirdo old like Italian guy who's like an old tough guy, and anytime he sees a girl, like even on a screen, like he goes to one of those not touch tune, but the end of the bar, how they used to have those little machines that had like the girls that you could like, what's the 5 differences in the picture? Yeah. And he's playing those and he's like, oh my God, this is gorgeous. She's just gorgeous. And like the show is going on, but this weirdo is going, oh my God, she's perfect. She's gorgeous. And they're like, hey buddy, we're leaving this bar. And he's like, I think I'm going to stay here. And it's this murder mystery that is so good. And it is interspersed with moments of just insanity. The premise is
on Netflix,
HBO Max. The premise is he has like a big job. He's in charge of building this mall. He goes and gives a speech, and the chair breaks, and everyone laughs at him. So now his main focus of his life is tracking down. Because everyone's like, ooh, that was kind of rough what happened in the chair with the chair out there at his office. And he's like, yeah, the chair's broken. That chair's ridiculous. I got to figure out who's in the chair. So the premise of it is so dumb, but the acting and the comedy, it's really up there. I think by the end of this, if this goes into a couple seasons, it will crack my top 5 comedies of all time. Now, off the top of your head, do you think you could name your top 5 comedies? And the way I ranked these, I went through the top 200 on Rolling Stone, Rotten Tomatoes. The way I did this, my top 5 is shows that made me laugh the most. So, like, I'm like, okay, what show?
Most of mine would be HBO. So, most of mine would be HBO offerings like Silicon Valley, Eastbound and Down. Let's see, 5, huh? I'm trying to think if there's a good.
I had to look them up, so I'll give you. So like,
I would throw Seinfeld in there. I know a lot of people dog on Seinfeld, but
Seinfeld's one. Seinfeld is the goat on Rotten Tomatoes. So you got Vice Principals came in at 193. I'll just give you some of the top 200.
I need to go and watch that whole thing because I love Danny McBride and I love
so good, buddy. So good. Designing Women, 189. I used to get some laughs out of Designing Women when I was a kid. Loved it. The Nanny, 176. Living Single, I don't know.
Being like, oh, these fucking liberal gals, this fucking Designing Women's garbage. Ain't nothing.
Liberal gals in Georgia.
Yeah. You fucking
That-
professional women. Okay. Who you trying to fool, buddy?
I love the dude. I love the dude.
Deep Southern fucking.
I loved the guy who was from Mannequin, who played like the RuPaul character in Mannequin. He was like their little friend.
Speaking of RuPaul, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Really nailed it with that one.
Our analytics go crazy whenever we post pictures like that. Just a heads up, we got to start posting more pictures like
Somebody
that.
thought I had two people reach out and be like, dude, this AI is getting great. I go, not AI. That's actually what Steve looks like when he's shaving his head.
This AI is out of control. Living Single came in at 154. I'm a huge Living Single. Boy Meets World. I kind of just wrote down the ones I want. What? Pardon?
Living Single more than Martin, huh?
Yeah, I didn't see Martin on the top 200, actually. I may have missed it. New Girl, me and Jen watched that for a little bit. It was good.
New Girl had some good. Schmidt's a great character. New Girl actually underrated. Miss had me on that.
Absolutely. Mad About You came in at 149. Think about
what do it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's what Jen.
Oh, yeah.
Does.
Eastbound and Down at 128. Workaholics at 122. Growing Pains at 120. Home Improvement at 110. Welcome Back, Kotter 107. Murphy Brown 98. Night Court 86. BoJack Horseman 85. Flight of the Conchords 58. Broad City 55. Now we're getting to the nitty gritty. Always Sunny 33. Oh, Modern Family came in at 34. Silicon Valley.
I would put Modern Family up in mine.
Yep. Silicon Valley 20, Arrested Development 19, South Park 14, The Office 6, Cheers 4, Simpsons 3, I Love Lucy 2, Seinfeld 1. My top 5 in this order: 5 Always Sunny, 4 Silicon Valley, 3 South Park, 2 The Office, 1 Eastbound and Down.
Okay, that's pretty good. I'll come with my 5 tomorrow because we got just a little bit of time, and I know you got to get everybody to the stop. Did you want to do a little trivia situation?
Yes, we do. We're gonna end it with some Craig trivia. We got a psychedelics question, a St. Louis Cardinals.
Stump the Swami. Is that what we got going on?
Yeah, basically. St. Louis Cardinals 1990 to 2010. And your job is to get these before Craig. If you can somehow get these before Craig,
well, you fuckers don't stand a chance.
No, they don't. 3 is a cheese question, 4 is a sexuality question, and 5 is random. So we got psychedelics, Cardinals, cheese, sexuality, and random.
This is perfect. If you guys aren't playing this game at my funeral, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
What trippy substance was accidentally invented when a Swiss scientist got a little on his fingers in 1943? Then biked home thinking his neighbors were witches, and now has it. I knew he was going to be an asshole about this. LSD, Albert Hoffman's concern was real. His lab notes read like a horror movie. Mm-hmm. Number 2.
I thought he was going to die.
Which Cardinals slugger smashed 70 homers in 1998, cried about Androstene Dione, and later told Congress, "I'm not here to talk about the past." Spoiler alert, he's feeling it now. He's got his dish out. He can't be stopped, dude. This one may get a little difficult. What French cheese is so stinky it's banned on buses in France, yet people still smear it on their crackers like it's the cologne of bread? I thought Limburger.
It's not something like Gruyere. No, it's not French. I'm going to take an X on that one. I don't know.
It's Vieux Boulogne, Vieux Boulogne. Yeah, that was a tough one.
Or a blue of sorts, I'm sure.
Sexuality. What 1940s sex researcher told America everyone's a little gay, and then dropped a 0 to 6 scale that made straight people panic and math teachers proud?
This was in the 40s?
This was in the 40s. Sex researcher, and it's actually, the scale is named after him.
Oh, goodness. I mean, it's not right, but I'll say Freud.
the Kinsey scale. Kinsey said that 37% of men had some same-sex vibes. Morning radio just got a little more awkward.
That's just something gay dudes say.
yes, dude.
Try it. Like, that's not
I've been saying that for years. Call that the Elgina scale, you bastard. What are you doing?
I'll
All right.
that for a second.
What kitchen gadget was originally a sewing machine add-on before someone thought, screw buttons, let's put bread in there and inject it like a catapult?
And inject it like a cat?
Eject it.
Oh, like a toaster?
Yep, the pop-up toaster from it was originally called the vibrating shuttle, and it was a sewing machine add-on.
For what?
What? For what, dude? I might have to do a little bit research and
like it didn't get hot, right? Like maybe it didn't get hot and like like some thread in it or something, and like it just.
I'll do some research.
I want to figure out why. I want to know why. I want to know why. Get me Spider-Man.
All right, brother. We gotta go. We had a great show today, dude.
Okay, you got me geared up, and you're like, oh, Mark McGuire, Albert Hoffman. I'm like, is this what we're doing? This is what we're doing.
Yep.
You hit me with that stink ass cheese.
Stinkish cheese. Vio bologna. Vio bologna, baby.
Vio bologna. I'm gonna get me some Vio bologna today. Where's the guy get some Vio bologna around here? I gotta go to Whole Foods or something.
Hey, we appreciate you guys watching the show. Thank you so much for tuning in the mornings. Check out the Patreon. Check out the YouTube. We have so much fun in the mornings. We want to give you the information like this, so when you go around people, you're not like, I have nothing to say. You watch the Hoosiers Biscuit Show. You're interesting. You're a good person. I've seen the people in this group excel for over the last. I mean, we're on. Craig and I counted all of our episodes. We're over 400 episodes in. We love you guys. Thank you guys for coming out here. Craig, play us out with some Dish, dude. See ya.
Sorry, I'm getting a little excited.
See you guys.
Bye.
Do you want to say something?
Yeah, see ya. Cowabunga.
There it is. There it is.
But it doesn't matter because it's just a ride. We can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money. A choice right now between fear and love.